Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Seashells by the seashore. So I heard. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Mick Park for the Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship first round clash between Na Piarsaigh and St. Kieran's. It is a breezy one here in Mick Park. I'm just testing. Welcome to Mick Park here in Rathkeale for the final game of the first round of the Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship between Na Piarsaigh and St. Kieran's. I'm delighted to be joined in commentary by Matt O'Callaghan of the Weekly Observer, Vale Star. Matt, conditions aren't exactly ideal for football or any sport indeed. We've seen every kind of weather imaginable around Limerick so far today, but it's an interesting game either way.
Yeah, I suppose, John, I have seen every kind of weather imaginable in the last half hour coming down here, and I suppose you couldn't aptly describe or fully describe how literally Arctic it is from our vantage point here, but it is what it is. And I suppose, it's the last game of the series, as you said, and of course, the first round is terribly important for all clubs, getting off to a winning start. And it's fair to say, I suppose, that the games that have been played so far have been disappointing insofar as that they have been more or less one-sided, and certainly we hope we won't get more of the same in that regard here tonight. But there's a slight change in the dynamic here, I suppose, in that for the end of March, it was like you'd right for the weather that we got over the weekend, so it was top of the ground football. Now the weather has changed dramatically, although the pitch here in Mick Park is in good fettle, but the ground will be playing much heavier. There's a very, very tricky breeze, and even at this point, since we came down, it's very, very hard to determine exactly what way it's blowing, because were you to judge by the flags, you wouldn't have a clue. But it could be blowing sort of. Is it nearly blowing diagonally across the field? I ask myself. But we really won't know until we see the kickouts and see some kicking.
Yeah, we'll just give you a quick rundown on the teams now. Starting with Na Piarsaigh first. In goals they have Tommy Collins, and a full back line of Evan Gilvery, Owen Sherlock and Conor McLaughlin. The half back line, Evan O'Brien, Kevin Nolan and Reuben McCarthy. Anthony Kavanagh and Ronan Lynch make up their midfield, with Gordon Brown, Owen Hogan and Brian Shannon in the half forward line. Kieran Daly, Pat Gleeson and Will Henn make up the Na Piarsaigh team in the full forward line. Quick check now on the St. Kieran's outfit. In goals is Rob Bradley, a full back line of Diarmuid Mulcahy, Johnny McCarthy and Kevin Mead. Anthony Mullins, Brendan McCarthy and Liam Kennedy make up the half back line, with Paddy McCarthy and Dara Tracy in midfield. St. Kieran's have a half forward line of Noel Callanan, Sean McSweeney and John Hayes. Ray Cahill, Anthony Molyneux and Seamus Mangan complete the St. Kieran's team on this evening here in Mick Park. As I mentioned earlier, in the final game of the first round of the Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship, Matt O'Callaghan, we're a couple of minutes away now from Throne here in Mick Park. You've already mentioned about the weekend's action. It doesn't really bear much of a resonance really with tonight's game, but there have been a lot of one-sided games. You have a quarter-finalist from last year's championship in St. Kieran's, and Na Piarsaigh only stayed up by the skin of their teeth in the relegation playoff again at the expense of St. Patrick's. Which way is this going to go?
Well, as I say, more so than at any stage during the weekend, the weather will be a factor here tonight, and the breeze and what way it's blowing. But you're right there now. St. Kieran's last year, now coming into last year's championship, St. Kieran's, who by the way are the only ever presence in the competition, they had a few near misses in that they failed to qualify, but they went about it last year and reeled off 4 wins in the first 4 rounds, and then came up against Newcastle West in a make or break for first or second, and they ran Newcastle West so closely, and at that stage they had qualified obviously, but then they went in the quarter final, and I think I for one anyway was expecting an awful lot more from them in the semi-final than the day that they were beaten over in Kilmallock by Monaleen, and I saw them going into that game as favourites, and they got a good start, but Monaleen just ground them down, and because Monaleen had been far from impressive during the group stages. Now turning to Na Piarsaigh haven't won in this competition. They haven't won in the group stages of this competition since 2017. Now, they only picked up 1 point in the entire campaign last year, and that was in a first round draw with Monaleen in the opening round. So, all right, they pulled it together. They pulled it together in the final round against St. Patrick's to preserve status. But the Na Piarsaigh team that were promoted, was it back in 2014? I think they were promoted. There have been an awful lot of changes in the Na Piarsaigh team since, and I remember the first years they came up, the first 2 games they played they lost, but after that they played some magnificent football, and I saw them last year towards the end of the campaign. They played Ballylanders, I think, in the final round, and they were desperately unlucky that they didn't win on that occasion, but they didn't. But they saved their season through the relegation playoff. We're on the way here, John.
Indeed we are. And Na Piarsaigh playing from left to right in possession straight away. Ball inside. It's gone right out over the sideline. It's going to be a line ball for St. Kieran's. St. Kieran's in the green and gold, same colours as Kerry. Na Piarsaigh in the light blue. Of course, Na Piarsaigh without a number of their potential senior footballers, Matt, that are of course busy with the Limerick hurling squad, but you do have the likes of Peter Casey and David Dempsey on the bench, 2 very accomplished footballers in their own right.
Yeah, two very accomplished footballers, but a big footballer for Na Piarsaigh when they came up, and in their first 2 years as senior, of course, was William O'Donoghue, an excellent footballer, an excellent midfielder, and he was one of the catalysts for the type of performances they put on early on. We've got a point here for St. Kieran's.
Indeed we do, and it's Sean McSweeney. No surprise to see him with the first shooting chance of this evening's action. It's Sean McSweeney putting St. Kieran's into 1 point to no score lead after just over a minute of play here in McNeville Park. Of course, the final game of the first round of the Irish Wire product sponsored Limerick Senior Football Championship, brought to you live and exclusively on Limerick GATV here to this evening from McNeville Park. It's going to be a sideline ball for Na Piarsaigh. Sean McSweeney with that excellent start for St. Kieran's. Brilliant left-footed shot, one that you would expect a player of his calibre to get, but still, Matt, it needed finishing.
Yeah, it need finish and a good start for St. Kieran's. Obviously, championship-wise, they're coming in on the back of 2 defeats, if you like, that they lost their last 2 games last year. So, look, they will want to replicate last year because, you take every game at a time, but coming up for them at the weekend, of course, is a game with Newcastle West, and I already see some connections of the Newcastle West team here taking it all in.
Yeah, it's Na Piarsaigh looking to go on the attack on that occasion, but again, it's St. Kieran's with possession. It's Dara Tracy now, and he finds Ray Cahill down wearing number 20 in front of, under pressure by Anthony Cavan on the Na Piarsaigh side. It's back inside now to Anthony Mulno. The vastly experienced Mulno plays a good ball in, and it's McSweeney again, has a shooting chance in his right foot, opts to lay the ball off on this occasion. And St. Kieran's now trying to work into possession. It's John Hayes now with this effort. It's stopped on the line though by the Na Piarsaigh keeper, and that's Tommy Collins. Collins' clearance is poured on. It's Dara Tracy wins possession and wins a free from Anthony Cavan on that occasion. And Matt, has been a positive start for St. Kieran's thus far.
Very positive start for St. Kieran's. I thought the opportunity presented itself there to Sean McSweeney, but he opted to offload. So it's a free, and it's been taken. Now this is a bit of a surprise because I would rate Sean McSweeney a very good free taker. It's been taken by John Hayes, but it's from the left side, so that is probably that maybe right, and the left side kickers, I don't know, but
It's Hayes gets this one, and it's gone straight over the bar. As Matt mentioned, more than likely Hayes taking that from the left hand side with the right boot. And Matt, to be fair, that was a fine strike, kept it low into the teeth of the breeze, and that's 2 points to nil for St. Kieran's.
Yeah, and the breeze seemed to be against him there now. But look at the Piercy kick out. But he was trying to place the kick out, so it is very, very hard to judge the impact of the breeze on it. But certainly it adversely impacted against John Hayes to a certain degree there, because he had to literally drive it over.
It's on Hogan now in possession. Good run from Hogan. A hand pass looking for Kieran Daly. Doesn't look like it's going to go to hand, and Daly with the foul on the St. Kieran's corner back. And that's a promising potential attack for this Na Piarsaigh, the first of the game, but it's going to be a free for St. Kieran's. And ball played up forward here to Ray Cahill. Cahill now, as already mentioned, wearing number 20 on the St. Kieran's team. And away comes St. Kieran's with Dara Tracy in possession. In fact, that's Anthony Mulno. Mulno now taking his time, building an attack, finds the run of Cahill under pressure from Gordon Brown, but Cahill gets a foot to it and eventually gets down over the ball, hand passes the ball off, and away come St. Kieran's again. But good tackle by Anthony Kavanagh. It's Evan Gilvery with possession. It's worked very quickly to Gordon Brown. Good defensive shape by Na Piarsaigh on that occasion. And it's Gordon Brown now in possession. Brown assesses his options, decides to go outright to Shannon, and Shannon plays it back to Evan O'Brien, and Na Piarsaigh work it away across. It's a poor ball from Evan O'Brien right into the hands of Hayes. Hayes now looks forward, plays it. It's a good low ball inside, and it's St. Kieran's on the attack once more, but again good defending from Na Piarsaigh. But it's going to be Hayes in possession again for St. Kieran's here. Checks back, tries to bounce it, no real bounce on the ball, no real purchase from the pitch here in McNeville Park on that occasion for Hayes, and it's played inside to Paddy McCarthy. Chance coming here now, chance for a goal, and it's buried into the back of the net, and it's Sean McSweeney that has opened the scoring here. In fact, it's not Sean McSweeney, Matt. That's a fine finish indeed though from Seamus Mangan on the St. Kieran's field. An excellent left-footed finish, and St. Kieran's into a 1-2 to no score lead.
Yeah, an absolutely excellent finish. But it all stemmed, I would say, from bad decision making here by Na Piarsaigh. When they tried to lay it off long, because Ronan Lynch was free, ready to take the pass, and he was bypassed, and St. Kieran's turned it over, and Anthony Mulno has now made it 1-3.
Excellent start here from St. Kieran's with Anthony Mulno with their fourth score of this evening, and it's 1-3 to no score. Fantastic start to this game from St. Kieran's, and it's going to be Na Piarsaigh now who are in need of something fairly quickly, you'd have to think, and it's Tommy Collins to take this kick out. It's not the best from Collins, but it's worked out on this occasion. It's Evan Gilvery in possession, loses it momentarily but wins the ball back and plays it inside to the unmarked Gordon Brown. Brown now looks forward, and it's Gilvery with a good run right through the heart of the St. Kieran's defence and up to Kieran Daly. Daly with a shooting chance. They're Na Piarsaig's first shot of this game. It's going to drop, and it's going to drop to the right and wide. And Matt, kind of a rush shot from Kieran Daly. He'd more time than we maybe realised, but either way, it's Na Piarsaigh on the attack.
Yeah, he had probably more time, but what must be disappointing for him, John, was there seemed to be lack of options and lack of support, which is disappointing from a Na Piarsaigh point of view. I think the real danger for Na Piarsaigh, we're only about 10 minutes into the game, and it's 1-3 to no score, and like, you know, at the end they could be in danger even at this early stage of being caught adrift in the game and giving themselves far too much to do.
And St. Kieran's in possession again. Everything's coming that little bit easy for St. Kieran's in the opening 7 minutes of this game. Sean McSweeney now in possession around halfway. It's McSweeney on the attack. Looks at his options up front. Loses the ball momentarily. There's Noel Callanan, but it's still St. Kieran's in possession on that far side. It's Callanan again, plays this one forward, looking for Sean McSweeney. Good defending though from Na Piarsaigh, and Evan Gilvery on this occasion. It's going to be a Na Piarsaigh ball. Really in need of a score here fairly quickly, are Na Piarsaigh. But it's a poor hand pass, and it's picked up from John Hayes, and St. Kieran's on the attack again, and Hayes speeding away from a couple of Na Piarsaigh defenders. Chance of a goal here. Hayes looks for a goal. It's a fine shot from Hayes, but Matt, it's over the bar, but St. Kieran's will be happy to just get the point.
They'll be happy to get the point, and I suspect Na Piarsaigh will be a lot happier that was a point, for the simple reason that there was intent to put that in the roof of the net, and he just missed it. But again, it's Na Piarsaigh giving the ball away too softly altogether.
Conor McLaughlin now plays this one forward, and it's Brian Shannon. Shannon plays it low, looking for Kieran Daly again. No doubt Daly is the biggest danger man in this Na Piarsaigh full forward line. Daly The Limerick inter-county player plays the ball back, and it's Kavanagh in possession again. In fact, it's not, it's Ronan Lynch. Lynch plays it off to Daly. Daly now, good step past his marker on that occasion. Leaves it off to Shannon. Shannon feigns to shoot, but has to come back again under pressure from two St. Kieran's defenders. And it's going to be Ronan Lynch in possession just outside the St. Kieran's 65. Gives it to Gordon Brown. Brown looks at his options. A 50-50 ball. It's well won in there by Napierchik, but it comes back to Brown again. Lowish one in from Brown. Good control on it this time. Comes out to Brian Shannon. Shooting opportunity for Shannon. It's blocked. It's well won in the air by Daly down. Daly with another shot. It's a low one. It's a dangerous enough one, but it's well picked up by Rob Bradley, and St. Kieran's will come away with it again. But Matt, although it's not a score for Napierchik, it's a bit of better forward play.
It's a bit of better forward play, but there was two banks of defenders there that St. Kieran's were funneling back in numbers, and like there were very, very little options and absolutely no space at all.
And again, it's St. Kieran's easing their way up the field, and it's Anthony Molyneux in possession. Plays the ball to his right. Paddy McCarthy in possession. McCarthy now back to Dermot Mulcahy on the St. Kieran's team. It's played up. Looking inside again. Good work from Evan Gilvery again defensively for Napierchik. And Gilvery has won the last two possessions when it's come down his side inside the Napierchik full back line. Napierchik again will look to build a forward attack now from their own 45, and Owen Hogan plays it in low and long. Looking inside there for Pat Gleeson, and Gleeson running towards it under pressure from Johnny McCarthy. It's going to be a free to Napierchik. Gleeson takes it quickly all the way back to Anthony Kavanagh. It's a poor pass back from Pat Gleeson, and away come St. Kieran's once again. St. Kieran's now with Dermot Mulcahy, and it's played again there, and away they come. It's into the midfield to Anthony Molyneux again. Very slick hand passing from St. Kieran's in the year what? Nearly 10 minutes of play here in McNeville Park, of course. And it's away they come. That's a good turn from Liam Kennedy for St. Kieran's. Kennedy now taking on another defender. It's Gordon Brown. Brown manages to get a bit of a block on him, but it's still in possession here. It's Paddy McCarthy for St. Kieran's. McCarthy offs to go back to Molyneux. Owen Hogan tried to get an interception on that pass, but it was unable to do so, and in comes St. Kieran's again. Evan Gilvery. Matt, he's had an outstanding last 5 minutes, and to be fair, Napierchik have needed him to.
They have needed him because certainly when they come forward, St. Kieran's look far, far more menacing, but we might have an opportunity here now for Napierchik. No, it's
Owen Hogan in possession. Gives it back. It's Pat Gleeson in the end that's going to have the shot for Napierchik. Decent effort. It's well caught in goals by Rob Bradley, but play is going to be brought back for a Napierchik free. Johnny Murphy spotting a foul, but Napierchik need this one to go over.
They certainly do. They need to take the bare look off the scoreboard at this stage. What is it? 1-4 is it to no score? Like it's 7 points already. It's quite a way back. And they've taken a shot.
They have taken a shot, and it hasn't worked out. It was it was Kieran Daly looked to be setting up for the free. He decided to go short. It didn't work out for Napierchik, and that's another last chance for Napierchik, probably their third scoring opportunity of this evening's game. And it's St. Kieran's leading 1-4 to no score here, but 11 and a half minutes gone of this Irish Wire Products sponsored Limerick Senior Football Championship game, brought to you live and exclusively on Limerick GA TV from McNeville Park in Rathkeelan. And it's at St. Kieran's now in possession once more. Ball played inside to Dara Tracy, and Tracy now leaves the ball back out to that right hand side. It's going to be another free for St. Kieran's, and Matt, you have to think that Napierchik should have been going for their opening score from that last free, not playing it short.
Absolutely, I think it was the wrong decision, and like we have flagged about our decision making, all over the pitch. But obviously, we're not privy exactly to what the effect of the breeze is out there, and maybe that might have conditioned his thinking. But you would certainly have thought that it was within any free taker's ambit or within his compass to knock that one over, but he didn't, and it was so easily turned over. Like Napierchik need to get off the mark. They need to get off the mark soon. We're facing for the midway point of the first half, and would the scoreboard to be blank at that stage, they're going to have. This is a fine kick now.
It's a fine effort from Kieran Daly, but again it's gone to the right hand side for Napierchik. They're second wide of this evening's contest, and as Matt O'Callaghan from the Weekly Observer Vale Star just mentioned, they need a score. It's very bare at the moment. It is tricky conditions, there's no point saying it isn't. Very, very tricky win but It has to be said, Matt. It's tricky for both teams as Rob Bradley gets played back on their way. It's going to be a free for St. Kieran's over on that far side. It's taken quickly, and Anthony Molyneux again looking to build an attack for St. Kieran's from his own defensive zone. And Molyneux now in absolutely no hurry turns past Ronan Lynch, and Molyneux in possession. He's got a runner with him. It's Paddy McCarthy, I think, at that occasion. The ball comes in, and it's Seamus Mangan now, and away comes. Slick move here from St. Kieran's. He's trying to fashion a shooting chance, and they're going to have one. It's Liam Kennedy in possession. Kennedy's not going to be the man to take it, though. It's back to Ray Cahalan, all the way back into the middle. That's Brendan McCarthy in possession. He leaves the ball off. And away comes St. Kieran's again. It's hand passed forward. Chance again for Brendan McCarthy in possession. He leaves it off on this occasion. St. Kieran's looking for a free. It comes back again though, and it's Anthony Molyneux in possession once more. Everything so far in this game, Matt, from St. Kieran's point of view, is going through Molyneux. And it's going to be him that has this shooting chance again. That's an excellent effort from Anthony Molyneux, and that's another score for St. Kieran's. 1-5 to no score with 14 minutes played, Matt, and things as it stands looking very good for St. Kieran's.
They're looking very good. It looks as if they have, they're starting off like they started off last year, and I'm sure Micheál Reedy, he will be absolutely delighted, and the backroom team. But they have a couple of very young players out there. I'm talking about Liam Kennedy, Noel Callan, and John Hayes in particular. And they seem to be bidding nicely into the team. There's a good balance all over. You have the experienced players, you have the McCarthy's out there, of course, and you have Anthony Molyneux, vastly experienced. There's a real chance for the Piercing here.
Chance for Kieran Daly. He looked to be looking for a goal, needed a goal maybe. Opted in the end, Matt, to put it over, but more importantly from the Piercing, they've finally gotten a scoreboard, 1-5 to a point. But on this occasion, from the Piercing's point of view, definitely, it was a slick move and well worked score.
A slick move, and he certainly aimed it, I thought, for the top corner, but he didn't get the right purchase on it. But it just went over the bar. A bit similar to John Hayes down here at the other end. Although John Hayes blasted his shot, he seemed, Kieran Daly seemed to try to place it, but it went over the bar anyway. It was the same result.
Fine catch from the kick out from Liam Kennedy and left it off to Brendan McCarthy, and again it's St. Kieran's in possession with their goal scorer Seamus Mangan. Mangan plays the ball back. It's looking for John Hayes, but it's worked and won by Ray Cahill on that occasion for St. Kieran's. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy looking to go backwards. The side's a foot pass. It was a risky one, and the Pierce will look to break quickly here with Ronan Lynch's pass, but it's not gone to hand. Will Hennon able to hold on to that one. And St. Kieran's come away with possession once more with Hayes inside to Dara Tracy. And Tracy's a hard man to stop once he gets going. Decides to leave this one in on this occasion, does Dara Tracy. It's Seamus Mangan again, and Mangan's away. Maybe a chance here for St. Kieran's. Mangan steps past another player. It's a great run by Seamus Mangan. Plays the ball away. Good defending in the end. Desperate defending by the Pierce, and they'll come away with possession. But Matt, there was no doubt Seamus Mangan was looking for a second goal there.
He was looking for a second goal, and I suppose he was a bit unlucky. He seemed to lose a bit of control just at the wrong time from his point of view. But certainly, you'd have to say, John, that was a bit of a let off from the Piercing. Like, it could very well have been a second goal, and if it were, our worst fears would be confirmed. But the Piercing, they got away with it, and now they have a chance to launch an attack, and we just see where it's Ronan Lynch that's on the ball now. Again, he's going short, and
yeah, it's Will Henn in possession now. Henn plays it, looking for Kieran Daly. Definitely the fulcrum of the Piercing attack, but he's been pulled on this occasion by Johnny Murphy, the referee, and it's going to be a free out for St. Kieran's. Score 1-5 to 1 point in favour of St. Kieran's with 17 minutes played in the first half of this Irish Wire product sponsored Limerick Senior Football Championship game, live and exclusively on Limerick GA TV from McNeville Park here in Rathkeale. And it's St. Kieran's showing a dominant performance in the opening half thus far. It's Brendan McCarthy now in possession for the St. Kieran's side. And McCarthy, no New Piercing player, able to get close to him so far in his run forward. It's a good run from McCarthy, but New Piercing will definitely have to get closer than that if they're to have any hope of getting back into this game. It's Cahill now in possession for St. Kieran's, plays it back in no rush again. St. Kieran's able to pick off their passes with relative ease for large parts of this first half, and now it's Paddy McCarthy. A good run from Cahill, opening up the New Piercing defence, and Cahill plays it off to Mangan. Seamus Mangan, already one goal to his name. That's a An effort from Seamus Mangan with his left foot on that occasion. It's trailed to the left and wide, but it's all too easy for St. Kieran's, Matt, when they move forward.
When they move forward, and I think the real difference is for St. Kieran's is that players are showing and making themselves available. It's not happening for Na Piarsaigh. Simple as. I think that's the main difference. Plus, I think that the decision making, of course, of St. Kieran's is much better, and they're taking the better options. Now we have a move from Na Piarsaigh, promising move, but still a long way from goal, and it's a free.
It was a promising move initially from Na Piarsaigh. They worked the ball very fast through the zones, but in the end it slowed down. But they're lucky enough to get a free, and it looks to be Ronan Lynch lining this one from all of 45 metres. A chance for Na Piarsaigh now to get their second point of this game. It's a long way out for any free taker, but Ronan Lynch looks fairly confident of having a go at this, Matt, or will he go short?
I think he's going to have a go at it, and it'll give us a sense of what the wind is about, I think, if he does.
It's a fine strike from Ronan Lynch on this occasion. It's gone to the right and wide. But Matt, you saw on that occasion, Ronan Lynch, he went for it. The wind as we see it is coming across the field, but he didn't go all out and looked to have the distance. Just the accuracy was a bit off on that occasion.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a very, very good kick, and I seem maybe I'm an old stager or what, or an old fogey or whatever they call him, but I always have greater confidence when people are kicking frees off the ground. Well, in terms of accuracy, although Ronan missed that particular one now, but it was a decent kick now.
Good effort from Ronan Lynch, just tailed to the wide on that occasion. Of course, Ronan Lynch, now a member of the Limerick Senior Football panel as well, has played a number of occasions during the league campaign for Billy Lee's men. As Na Piarsaigh look to work the ball, St. Kieran's look to work the ball forward again. It's Liam Kennedy in possession here for the St. Kieran's side as the conditions worsen here in McNeville Park. The rain is plastering down is the only way to describe it, but St. Kieran's won't be too pushed about that, and then they go on the attack again. It's Anthony Molyneux with another shot. It looks to be good from our angle here, and Anthony Molyneux with an absolutely stunning point for St. Kieran's. 1-6 to 1 point lead again, or now for St. Kieran's, Matt, and they look to be in fine form.
Absolutely, and Anthony Molyneux, he's orchestrating everything there now. He's the captain of the team, and he's one of the more experienced players on the team. But he certainly is bringing players into play, and like he wasn't shy about having a shot there when it presented itself. That was an excellent point.
Indeed, it was. And the Piarsaigh come forward again with Kieran Daly. Plays it across to Gordon Brown. Brown does well to hold on to that one, but it's Daly again, out way too far from goal from the Piarsaigh point of view. But they're trying to work it here, and it's Brian Shannon. Good hand pass from Shannon into Ronan Lynch, and along comes Gordon Brown. Good powerful run from Brown, looking to fashion a shooting opportunity. It doesn't come that way, but it's going to be a free to Na Piarsaigh, and another scoring chance for them with just 21 minutes played of this first half here in McNeville Park. It's St. Kieran's leading 1-6 to 1 point, and a badly needed score here for Na Piarsaigh from Kieran Daly.
Yeah, absolutely. They're 8 points behind at the moment, and it is Kieran Daly is going to take it. I thought it might be Ronan Lynch, but maybe it's right and left again. So this will be interesting. Now, whilst it's not a gimme in the conditions, it's one that Na Piarsaigh really, John, have to take.
Player of Kieran Daly's calibre will expect to put this one over with relative ease, but as Matt O'Callaghan mentioned, it's not exactly ideal conditions. It's a good strike, a low strike from Daly, taking out the wind as an option, and Na Piarsaigh are on the board with their second score. And as Matt mentioned as well, it's a badly needed one from their point of view. As we look at 22 minutes played of this first half, it's St. Kieran's leading Na Piarsaigh 1-6 to 2 points, and it's going to be Rob Bradley to take this kick out again for St. Kieran's. The rain's sheeting down here in McNeville Park. There's no other way of describing it, Matt O'Callaghan, but we'll brave the conditions. We'll keep going for this game, brought to you live and exclusively on Limerick GAA TV, as Brian Shannon wins the kick out for Na Piarsaigh, and they try to work an attack down that right hand side with Owen Hogan. Owen Hogan's being fouled, and it's going to be another free for Na Piarsaigh. It's taken quickly. Johnny Murphy has decided that he's going to bring it back. Pat Gleeson was on the run looking for something, looking for a sniff of a goal. That was Owen Hogan's idea, I'm sure.
He brought it back because he had some bookwork to do. I think he's after giving a yellow card. Is it to Liam Kennedy, as far as from what I can see from here? That's why he called it back. I would imagine definitely a yellow card there.
Yeah, I think it was Liam Kennedy who received the ticking off there from Johnny Murphy. His own Hogan now on the attack from the pitch. A great run from Hogan, of course a former member of the Limerick Senior Football panel. Ball across, dangerous ball across, looking for an Napier player. There were a few of them in and around the square on that occasion, but it's going to be brought back again by Johnny Murphy for another Napier free. And Matt, this one, a trickier one, no question, for Kieran Daly, but one he's capable of putting over.
Yeah, he should be capable of putting it over. But as you said, it's slightly more to the right of the goal. But he's capable of putting it over, and certainly Napier would really want him to put it over.
It's more positive play from Napier in the last few minutes, but Daly now with a chance to get their third point. This time he's gone higher, but it's the same result, and it's an excellent strike from Kieran Daly. It's 1-6 to 3 points now in favour of St. Kieran's. 2 points on the bounce from Napier, 2 points on the bounce from Kieran Daly. And Matt, there's signs in there if they can get the ball in and around the 21 at least, that Napier can cause damage, and with Daly their main fulcrum.
Daly is their main focus, and he's extremely lively in there. And as you said, now it's 1-6 to 3 points. They're closing the gap. They're gnawing away at the deficit, but there's still quite a bit. There's still quite a long way to go, and they need to take every opportunity. I suppose for the last 3 or 4 minutes they have been dominant, and now this is a chance for Ronan Lynch. I would imagine it's on the left. And is it Ronan Lynch, or is Kieran Daly coming out to take it?
No, it looks to be Ronan Lynch. It was another good run from Owen Hogan. Another player, Matt, if Napier are to get back into this game, it's Hogan that has made some fantastic runs in the last number of minutes. It's been brought in again, I think, here. I'm not sure quite it's going to be brought in. Obviously some words passed in the direction of referee Johnny Murphy by one of the St. Kieran's, or several of the St. Kieran's players. We're not sure, but either way it's not going to be Ronan Lynch to take this now. It's going to be Kieran Daly looking for his third free in a row to bring the score to 1-6 to 4 points if he pops this one over. It's not as tricky as an angle as the last one, and it's the same result for Kieran Daly. And Matt, you can already see if St. Kieran's give away scoreable frees, Kieran Daly's going to put them over.
He's going to put them over, and St. Kieran's will be very, very disappointed with that. They'll be disappointed first of all for giving away. They're after giving away 3 frees now, all of which have been kicked by Kieran Daly. But to have it brought forward for verbals, is very, very disappointing.
It's criminal from a St. Kieran's point of view, and it's Napier on the attack once more. It's Ronan Lynch in possession. He plays it back to Kieran Daly, and Kieran Daly has tried an outrageous effort, and that's a sensational score from Kieran Daly, and the lead is back to 4 from a Napier point of view. It's Kieran Daly once more, Matt, and that's a sensational point.
In terms of scoring from Napier, it's the Kieran Daly show for the last 5 minutes, but what has happened in the last 5 minutes is they've halved the deficit. It is now 1-6 to 4. Well, 1-6 to 5. You're right. It was 1-6 to 1 when this run started. So it's down now to 4 points. Maybe game on.
It looks to be the occasion, but it has to be said, Matt, that the conditions do seem to be favouring Napier. Since the rain has come down, the wind has picked up, and you can see from Robert Bradley's kick out here how far he is struggling. He's getting it out to his 45 and not much further past that. We'll see on this occasion now from the 21. Bradley's in no rush, you can see, to take this one for St. Kieran's, trying to play down a bit of time, and there's just over 3.5 minutes left. You can see that it's a low one from Bradley on this occasion, looking for Liam Kennedy again. Kennedy did well to win the free off Anthony Kavanagh, but Matt, you can see that it was a low one and had to be low.
It had to be low, and because Napier are pressing forward on the kick out, because time is running out in this half, and whatever advantage they have, they'll want to use it to the best they can. But we have an attack here now for St. Kieran's.
It's Seamus Mangan in possession. He plays the ball back. I think it's Anthony Mullen there. It's a poor free to give away by Napier on that occasion. It's going to be a shooting chance. Looks to be Sean McSweeney going over to take it, although in these conditions, Matt, I'm not sure even a player of Sean McSweeney's calibre is going to be able to put this one over. Very heavy underfoot conditions, although Mick Neville Park The field here in McNeville Park is in great condition. It's going to be a tricky one for McSweeney. He's going to place it onto the ground.
McSweeney, yeah, he normally places it on the ground. He's a very good dead ball kicker. Sean McSweeney is a very good dead ball kicker. This will be interesting now whether he can cope with the conditions or not. It's not going to be easy for him, certainly, as we saw from Rob Bradley's last couple of kickouts. He's kicking into the elements. There's no doubt about that.
McSweeney now lining this one up. It's a good strike from Sean McSweeney. That's an excellent score from Sean McSweeney, and it stems the tide from a St. Kieran's point of view as our camera woman Valerie Wheeler struggles to hold on to her umbrella. It's now St. Kieran's 1-7 to 5 points. We're double scores here. We're coming up to the end of the first half of this Irish Wire product sponsored Limerick Senior Football Championship round 1 clash between the Pierce against St. Kieran's. St. Kieran's leading 1-7 to 5 points. Brought to you live and exclusively, of course, on Limerick GAA TV from McNeville Park here in Rathkeale. It's going to be another free for St. Kieran's. And it's Dara Tracy takes this one quickly, looking for the run, and it's a goal chance maybe here, it's going to be Paddy McCarthy. McCarthy opts for the point, and that's a good response from St. Kieran's, Matt. Yeah. 2 points in relatively quick succession.
Yeah, and 2 from play. They were after conceding 4, and it looked as if there was a bit of momentum with Na Piarsaigh, and they certainly have arrested the momentum in no uncertain terms. I'd like just to get back again to Sean McSweeney's dead ball kick. It was an excellent kick, a first-class kick, and I've seen him over the last number of years with both Limerick and St. Kieran's. He's an absolutely fine dead ball kicker.
Of that there's no question. Of course, the main free taker when he starts for Limerick is Sean McSweeney. It's Gordon Brown now in possession. Na Piarsaigh looking to work the ball forward with hand passing down that left hand side. It's Brown in possession again here. Decides to go along with it, looking for Kieran Daly. Much of Na Piarsaig's forward play has been directed towards Daly. It's a good turn by Daly on this occasion, looking to fashion a shooting chance. Leaves hand pass on. Hogan's going looking for it, but there's a couple of St. Kieran's defenders there, and they scupper that Na Piarsaigh attack, and it's going to be a free out for the St. Kieran's side. They lead 1-8 to 5 points as we come up to the final minute, as we are in the final minute of regular time in this first half. And it's Seamus Mangan's goal very early in this contest that has given St. Kieran's the advantage, and it's them on the attack again. And Johnny Murphy has blown up for half time. Matt, it's 1-8 to 5 points in favour of St. Kieran's. You know what? Na Piarsaigh looked to have had the elements, although the rain has stopped as the first half did come to a close. But it's St. Kieran's that will hold all the aces going into the second half with a 6-point lead.
Certainly it will, and I was very, very impressed with St. Kieran's for the first 20 minutes. Like, everything they did was purposeful. Like, their combination play was very good. They took some excellent scores. Like, and Anthony Mulno was, you know, he was like a master puppeteer, like he was pulling all the strings out there for a while, and certainly it's advantage St. Kieran's at this stage, not just on the scoreboard, but it's fair to say, I suppose, John, that the score at the moment actually reflects what we have seen on the pitch. Like, we did get that burst from the Piarsaigh, and they were aided and abetted, I suppose, by the concession of a few needless or silly fouls by St. Kieran's, and of course the one that was brought in for verbals, which appeared to us to be for verbals, that's bordering on criminal. But like, it's looking good for St. Kieran's at the moment. There are 30 more minutes to go.
Indeed there are, and join us shortly for those 30 minutes that are to come in the second half of this Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship round 1 clash between Na Piarsaigh against St. Kieran's, live and exclusively on Limerick GAA TV. Join us shortly for the second half. Welcome back to McNivel Park for this Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship first round game between Napirshick and St. Kieran's, live and exclusively on Limerick GA TV from McNivel Park. Matt O'Callaghan of the Weekly Observer Vale Star joins me in commentary. Matt, we've St. Kieran's leading 1-8 to 5 points at the break. It was a comfortable enough opening 20 minutes, as you mentioned there, just at half time. Napirshick came back into it with 5 Kieran Daly points. He's been their main threat. He's been their only threat in argument in one sense. But it's St. Kieran still in control, and with a bit of the breeze now, the breeze has softened significantly. It's still going to be St. Kieran's that are very big favourites for this game.
Yeah, they're big favourites. It's hard to see them letting it go at this point. Now, I'm just trying to look around. Johnny Murphy has thrown in the ball, but I'm trying to look around to see are there any changes on either side. There's none that stick out anyway yet, John, but we'll keep an eye on it.
It's Napirshick immediately on the attack here again, and again it's a free that's been brought very far forward. The free was inside the full forward line. Johnny Murphy has spotted something. It's going to be another relatively easy chance for Kieran Daly to get Napirshick off to a fine start in the second half, Matt, and one they really need.
Yeah, I don't think that's for verbals or for talk. He spotted something obviously, and it's certainly a very scoreable free and a chance for Napirshick to get the perfect start to the second half, which Kieran Daly does. I think that's his 6 point, is it?
Yeah, he's the only Napirshick scorer in this game thus far, and it's Kieran Daly 6 points. Effectively, St. Kieran's 1-8, Kieran Daly 6 points in the first minute of this second half. And it's going to be Rob Bradley to take this kick out for St. Kieran's, who, as we mentioned just a moment ago, had a very comfortable opening 20 minutes. Seamus Mangan with their goal after just a few minutes of this game. But Napirshick fired back into it, and it was Kieran Daly that led that Napirshick comeback. And now the St. Kieran's lead, which was a lot stronger, is only down to 5 points. That's a poor kick out, and it's Napirshick on the attack again here. Ball's inside, looking to fashion a shooting chance here, Napirshick. It's going to be brought all the way back here. No real shooting opportunities. Anthony Kavanagh inside to Brian Shannon. Shannon has Gordon Brown inside in the middle. It's Brown now on the run. He's looking for the run of Ronan Lynch. Ronan Lynch, it's a fairly ambitious effort from Ronan Lynch, but that's a fantastic score from the Napirshick number 9, Matt, and that's just the fill-up that Napirshick needed at the start of the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're pressing forward, as we said, towards the end of the second half. They're pressing forward on Rob Bradley's kick out, and he seems to be having a problem with his kick out, because he had a problem down at the other end, which we attributed to the conditions, but now the conditions should be in his favour. This one is a bit better.
Long kick out aiming at Dara Tracy, and that's a relatively easy catch for someone of the likes of Dara Tracy. And it's work forward now, and it's Ray Cahill for St. Kieran's. Shooting chance now about to come, and it's Seamus Mangan with this one. It's taking a deflection, and it's just gone out for a 45. It took a deflection off the Napirshick cornerback's foot, and it could have trickled into the corner, man. That's a lucky escape.
It was a lucky escape. It could have trickled in, but I suppose it's simplistic to say it's the conditions, but he just wasn't in control of the situation, and he got his boot to it, and it went, it went agonisingly close to going into his own net, and his goalkeeper seemed to be been out of position. Now we're going to see this one. It's Sean McSweeney is kicking it. Again, a good dead ball kicker.
Yes, Sean McSweeney. He's already scored one from long range in the first half. An excellent strike. It's his first opportunity in the second game. It's a fine effort again from Sean McSweeney. And that's the first point for St. Kieran's of the second half, Matt. And you mentioned it, how good a dead ball striker he is. He's only showing it off again there.
Yeah, sure. Look, that seemed to be easy meat for him anyway. He got it over. His accuracy was unerring, and his distance, he had a bit to spare on it.
No problem on that occasion for Sean McSweeney. He puts St. Kieran's into a 1-9 to 7 points lead against Napirshick here in McNivel Park. The final game of the first round of the 2019 Irish Wire Products Limerick Senior Football Championship. Final game of the first round, I should say, brought to you live and exclusively on Limerick GA TV, and it's St. Kieran's inside their own 45 with Brendan McCarthy under pressure from Pat Gleeson and Owen Hogan on this occasion. He's managed to get the pass away, and it's passed inside to Johnny Concrete, Johnny McCarthy, of course, who donned the Limerick green and white for several years, one of the best corner full backs in the country at one stage was Johnny McCarthy, and he's helping his St. Kieran's team into a fine lead, or a fine performance so far in this game. It's on the attack, it's played in low. Chance here for St. Kieran's to get their first score from play in the second half. It's a good turn. The shot isn't great on Tommy Collins. Bats this one down for himself, pads it down. It's an easy enough save for the Napier keeper. Plays it out to this left hand side, and they're trying to work it back now from with Conor McLaughlin in possession. He leaves the ball off down this left hand side here in front of us in commentary. It's Will Henn, and Henn manages to give this ball away. It's a well kept in play by Evan Gilvery on this occasion for Napier. Good low ball by Evan Gilvery. Kieran Daly unable to get a firm hold of that ball. Blown up by referee Johnny Murphy for handling the ball on the ground. It's going to be a St. Kieran's free, and they'll try and work this ball down. It's Liam Kennedy in possession. He took that one from Kevin Mead, and away they come. It's Dara Tracy now back inside, and it's Diarmuid Mulcahy in possession. Mulcahy gets it around 30 metres with that run before he leaves the ball off, and it's a good ball indeed it is. Down that right hand side for St. Kieran's. It's back to Paddy McCarthy. McCarthy comes back towards the middle, leaves the hand pass off, and it's a decent one, and it's Ray Cahill again now out to this left hand side, shooting chance. It's Sean McSweeney again. McSweeney swings that left boot, and there's no surprise to see that one over the bar, and that's brings the St. Kieran's total, Matt, up to 110. But it's McSweeney, if you give him a chance from there, he's going to put it over.
Yeah, absolutely, and he that was a smartly taken point. Ray Cahill seems to be playing very deep, and they seem to be opting for a two-man full forward line. Now we see Napier having a bit of difficulty with the kick out, but again St. Kieran's gave away what was a needless foul there, and we have Napier on the attack.
Yeah, it's Owen Hogan in possession for Napier here, playing from right to left as you see it on screen. Owen Hogan now moving forward, 3 St. Kieran's players descending him to ball in, looking for Kieran Daly. Daly does well to bring that down to himself. Shooting opportunity, leaves the ball off for Ronan Lynch. Lynch is going for goal here. Ronan Lynch off the bar. A huge, superb effort from Ronan Lynch, but it's cannon back off the crossbar. And a chance goes a begging for a goal that would have most certainly brought Napier back into this game. And St. Kieran's come away, Matt, but that was a glorious chance. A brilliantly worked play by Napier, but Lynch unable to finish it in the end.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. He was under a bit of pressure. You would have to say that Ronan Lynch was distinctly unlucky on that occasion, and it's a let off for St. Kieran's. But like it's a warning for St. Kieran's, because it was so well crafted by Napier, and Ronan Lynch got into the scoring position, and suddenly Ronan Lynch has been impressive enough in this game now, no question about it, because questions were asked as why he was called into the Limerick Senior Football panel, and I think we've got more than a few glimpses of why here tonight, and that's just a case in point, and he has got an excellent point already in the second half, and he certainly was very, very unlucky there.
Yellow card for Kevin Mead on the St. Kieran's number 4 for a foul on the Napier number 19, Reuben McCarthy. And it's Napier in possession after that free, and it's Ronan Lynch's pass to Conor McLaughlin. McLaughlin plays it back into the middle to Evan O'Brien. It's Napier now trying to work this one. It's another poor pass by Evan O'Brien, not the first of this evening from him, and St. Kieran's come away with Sean McSweeney in possession. Right footed ball inside by McSweeney, but Evan Gilvery's there again for Napier, and that's certainly not the first time. Evan Gilvery giving an outstanding performance in that left corner back position, this time on John Hayes, winning the ball off Hayes. And Matt, that's at least the 4th time that Gilvery's come out with possession for Napier from that position.
It is, but you would have to admire the pace and the speed with which St. Kieran's moved the ball forward, and it was a good ball into the corner forward. But Gilvery is having a very, very good game, and when the fella is on top of his game, it makes things run for him, and he's just making things happen. Now we have him cutting through the middle again.
It's Brendan McCarthy with a low pass here, looking for fellow St. Kieran's player. It was Ray Cahill on that occasion, and here it is indeed. It's Cahill now. Chance is going through. He ducks under a couple of challenges. Cahill going right through the middle here. Chance for St. Kieran's, and it's going to be a penalty, I think, here. Foot block by one of the Napier players, and Matt, it looks to be a Kennedy. We're just waiting to see Johnny McCarthy's signal here. May have been outside the 14. It's hard to decipher from where we are in commentary position. But either way, it's going to be a chance for St. Kieran's to add to their lead. They currently lead 110 to 7 points. And Johnny McCarthy's looking It's going to be a free. It's going to be a free for Sean McSween. But again, another excellently worked move by St. Kieran's. Great work from Ray Cahill to beat a couple of defenders, then leave the ball off. And it's St. Kieran's. I think it's Seamus Mangan that's down. He was the man fouled. It's going to be should be a relatively easy score for Sean McSweeney to extend their lead further.
Yeah, it should. And Johnny Murphy did consult briefly there with his umpire, and he seemed to be satisfied that it warranted nothing more than an ordinary free. You're right. You call it right that it was outside the square, and if you look at it sort of from the angle that I'm here, it looks as if it is slightly outside the square. Not a lot though, but he just did run into the umpire there, and he's satisfied, and he's satisfied that nothing untoward happened other than a foul, because there wasn't a booking or anything like that. But it gives Sean Sweeney an opportunity to stretch the lead further. It'll be stretching it back out to 7 points, I think, isn't that right? It's unfortunate that we don't have a scoreboard in operation here tonight.
We're using the fingers and toes, Matt, to keep hold of things at the moment.
Well, the toes are nearly all in one now. They're frozen solid together at this stage. But look, I think we're right. I think this will make it 111 to 7 points.
Yeah, St. Kieran's looking for their third point of the second half. Of course, the thoughts of Matt O'Callaghan from the Weekly Observer Vale Star there as Sean McSweeney lines this one up. This will be his second score of the second half. Already scored a beautiful point off his left foot from play. As McSweeney with a relatively easy one for someone like him, and he pops that one over. It's 111 to 7 points here in McNeville Park. Of course, this game, the final round one game of the Irish Wire Products sponsored Limerick Senior Football Championship in 2019. And it's St. Kieran's very much on top in this game. Brought to you, of course, live and exclusively on Limerick GA TV. And it's St. Kieran's in possession again with Brendan McCarthy. McCarthy hand passes that one forward. And here comes St. Kieran's again, shooting chance again. It's another opportunity here. And that one's tailed to the left and wide. It was a good chance for St. Kieran's on that occasion, Matt, and one they would have expected to pop over.
Yeah, it was one of the easier opportunities that they that they had got, and you would say that it was a chance that certainly gone a begging. But from the Piersic point of view now, I think there's too much of the game being played in their own half. They're finding it difficult to get out of it now. They have a free to get out on this occasion, but St. Kieran's appear to me to be quite comfortable at the moment.
In the last couple of minutes, Matt, since that Ronan Lynch goal chance, it seems to have the Piersic heads have dropped just slightly, and St. Kieran's have come back with that score from Sean McSweeney as the ball's played in long here to Will Henn on this right hand side. Henn coming back in towards the middle and leaves the ball off to Brian Shannon. Shannon now again a slick and Piercy move, but the final hand pass goes astray, and it's going to be St. Kieran's, you'd imagine, coming out with this ball. Looking for a free or St. Kieran's, but it's going to be free into the Piersic. And Matt, just going back to what I was saying a moment ago, the heads have slightly dropped, but Hogan trying to take a quick one here, but a chance for the Piersic to get back into this game once again.
Yeah, a chance. Well, you'd expect that Kieran Daly would put this over if he continues the way he was kicking in the first half. Now, it's a small bit of a distance, all right, probably longer than anything he has kicked so far, and into the breeze or into whatever element, he's kicking it now.
Yeah, Kieran Daly has just enough on that, and that's his 7 point of this evening's game. An excellent score from Kieran Daly, 6 of them, of course, coming from frees. And it's now 111 to St. Kieran's and 8 points to the Piersic. A fine score, Matt, and just had enough on it to make sure it went over.
Yeah, just enough, and that will tell you that whatever advantage the breeze is, it is with St. Kieran's.
It's a kick out there from Rob Bradley. It's one again by the Piersic, another free for them. It's one area where St. Kieran's may be a little bit concerned about the concession of frees inside and around their own 45, and now it's Ronan Lynch takes possession of this ball into midfield. Lynch decides to go long on this occasion as Kieran Daly brings the ball down to himself. It was Daly doing that a few minutes ago that created a chance for Ronan Lynch, that goal chance that hit off the crossbar, but it's well defended by St. Kieran's on this occasion. It's Diarmuid Mulcahy who manages to bring the ball away and plays this ball downfield. It's Dara Tracy now in possession for St. Kieran's, under pressure by Reuben McCarthy. McCarthy's adjudged to foul him, and Tracy plays this one down the field, and away come Noel Callan in possession for St. Kieran's over on that far side, and Callan now cutting back inside. It's a good run from Callan so far. Plays this one in low It's good defending again from Evan Guillory. It comes back to Callanan. No shooting chance for Callanan. And Callanan, that's a fantastic effort. And that's 112 to 8 points in favour of St. Kieran's. It was a great run from Noel Callanan in the first place, Matt. The pass he left into Seamus Mangan went astray, but came back to Callanan. That's a fine score.
Yeah, the St. Kieran's have the ability that any time that St. Kieran's make the slightest inroads into their lead, they have the ability to come back and respond. That was an excellent point. Callanan was involved twice in that particular one. He was involved in the build-up, and then he took back the pass and put it over the bar. It was a very, very good finish.
112 to St. Kieran's and 8 points in the Piercik here. As Tommy Collins takes this kick out for the Piercik, he's looking for Anthony Kavanagh. Kavanagh unable to win this one, but it's won on the loose ball is won by the Piercik and Ruben McCarthy, but it's Anthony Molyneux now in possession for St. Kieran's down on this right hand side. Under pressure there, in fact, by Kevin Nolan on the Piercik side, but either way, it's St. Kieran's in a chance now. And it's a chance that's gone. Has it gone over the bar? It looks to have gone over, and a fine score and a fine finish on this occasion, Matt. We're not quite sure from our angle. We couldn't really see who got that one. Either way, it's a point for Napiershik, or for St. Kieran's. It puts them 113 to 8 points off. And Matt Napiershik need at least one goal to get back into this game. And with what? Nearly 16 minutes played, 15 and a half minutes played, they need it fairly quick.
They need it fairly quick. They need a response in the next 5 minutes. And I'm just beginning to wonder and doubt, where is it going to come from? Because since the let off with Ronan Lynch here at the other end, St. Kieran's have seemed to up a bit through the gears, and they have been in complete control since.
Indeed they have, and they lead 113 to 8 points as we just mentioned. Ronan Lynch now plays this one. It's not the best of passes from Lynch, but Gordon Brown is there to pick it up, and Paddy McCarthy has given away the free. It's taken quickly, and Pat Gleeson, who's come out from his full forward berth now, and in the midway through the second half, it's Conor McLaughlin again to Gleeson. Gleeson on the run, under pressure from Anthony Molyneux. Molyneux with the tackle. It's back to Owen Hogan, and inside to McLaughlin now. To Napiershik number 4. It's Napiershik inside to St. Kieran's 45, but a blanket of defence met when Napiershik are attacking, and Evan O'Brien has it to Anthony Kavanagh, and Gordon Brown now looking to penetrate this blanket defence. A good ball. It's a great catch from McLaughlin, looking to fashion a goal chance. It's come to Daly. Daly's going to have to try and put this one over the bar. It's a poor enough effort from Kieran Daly on that occasion. It's gone to the right and wide. And Matt, that was a great chance for Napiershik. A very well worked move, to be fair, but ultimately it's gone to the right and wide, and they need to be putting them scores over.
It was a very, very good move, and done at pace. Is it a 45?
Yeah, and if St. Kieran's player did get a hand on that, I was wondering, given Kieran Daly's shooting accuracy so far this evening, that whether it got a hand in that. Johnny Murphy has confirmed now that it's going to be a 45 for Napiershik that has been lined up.
A couple of balls on the field. I saw the ball being kicked back in. I thought it was for a kick out, but who's stepping up to this one?
It's Aaron Costello, who's just come onto the field for Napiershik. Their first substitute. It's going to be his first kick of the game, and Costello struck that one pretty brilliantly, it has to be said. And for your first kick of the game, your first touch of the ball, he's brought Napiershik up to 9 points. And Matt, that's one way to make an introduction.
It is. A good way to announce your arrival onto the pitch, and he did it with consummate ease. He just seemed just to poke it over the bar. That was a very well taken score.
And Costello's moved into the full forward position. Looks to be maybe where Napiershik are going to go from here to be a target man. He's moving out now towards the 45, but either way it's Dara Tracy to take this free for St. Kieran's, and he gives it to Sean McSweeney, playing down this right hand side looking for Seamus Mangan. Mangan with the catch, looking at his options, and he's Paddy McCarthy inside here. It's McCarthy in possession, leaves it off to McSweeney. This should be a score for McSweeney, and McSweeney makes absolutely no mistake from there. An excellently worked score, and the build up indeed started with McSweeney to Mangan. The ball came inside to Paddy and McCarthy, then into McSweeney again, and Matt 114 to 9 points. And every time the Napiershik come down to our left hand side with a point, St. Kieran's have an answer.
They have an answer, and the last 2 points were carbon copies of each other, in that Callanan was involved twice. He started the move, finished the move on the left hand side, and with McSweeney doing it here on the right hand side this time. St. Kieran's, it's very, very hard to see him not picking up a win here at this stage, because we're heading towards the last 10 minutes. Napiershik need a big response, and they need it very, very quickly.
Indeed they do. It's 19, nearly 20 minutes gone of this second half. It's on Hogan on the run here for Napierchik. Hogan plays a low one, and it's in possession here. Chance for Napierchik, and it's Costello in possession now again. It's already scored a point. Looks to find Kieran Daly in the end. Comes to Kevin Nolan. Nolan now for Napierchik. Gives it back to Daly. Daly with the hand pass inside. It's going to come to Nolan again from Pat Gleeson. In fact, it's Costello. Costello with the hand pass across, but it's St. Kieran's are there in numbers. And they'll play the ball away with Liam Kennedy and try to look for an attack again. And it's Noel Callan. Callan now with acres of space to run into here in Mick Neville Park. Finds McSweeney. Sean McSweeney. It's a poor enough challenge for Conor McLaughlin. It's with Johnny Murphy. Plays advantage near. Maybe a goal chance here for St. Kieran's. Comes to this right hand side. Chance for Ray Cahill. Cahill, can he finish for St. Kieran's? The answer is he can. A fantastically worked goal by St. Kieran's, and Matt, that should be that.
Yeah, I think that should be that, because that was an excellent move. They moved the ball at pace, and it went through quite a few hands there. Ray Cahill had a bit of work to do there at the finish. But it's an absolutely excellent goal, and you'd have to say it seals the deal. I think at this stage, 2-14-9. Yeah, I think they're out of reach.
11-point lead here for St. Kieran's in this game. The final first round game of the 2019 Limerick Senior Football Championship, sponsored of course by Irish Wire Products, and this game brought to you live and exclusively on Limerick GA TV from Mick Neville Park as the rain sheets down once again here in Rathkeale. Matt O'Callaghan's okay though, he's got the brolly as Napierchik look for a goal that they badly need to have any chance, and they need it quickly here. Ball comes in high, it's an attempted shot, it's a fine score in the end. On that right hand side, I'm just waiting to identify the scorer. I think it's Kevin Nolan who moved forward from centre back. We'll confirm that in a moment. But it's a fine score either way from Napierchik. And that brings the score. Indeed, it's Pat Gleeson who got the score in the end. A fine score from Gleeson, who's now not playing in full forward, wearing number 14, out around the middle of the park now. And that makes the score 2-14 to 10 points, Matt. 10-point lead, but St. Kieran's are comfortable.
They're comfortable. It's double score, and of course, every time it moves up double score, the margin is greater. So it's 10 points. It's very, very hard to see St. Kieran's relinquishing it at this stage. It'll be interesting to see, do they respond as they have responded to the previous ones.
Indeed, it will be interesting to see, and it's Anthony Mullins with that ball down that right hand side. St. Kieran's in possession still, looking to work this ball inside. It's Sean McSweeney with the pass all the way back to Brendan McCarthy, and it's McCarthy now making his way inside the Napierchik 65. Opts to go back to Anthony Molyneux, and Molyneux now to the St. Kieran's captain, plays it to Dara Tracy. Tracy looking for runners off the ball. He's found one in Anthony Mullins. And St. Kieran's in no rush. They've no need to rush or try anything that's going to cost them possession. It's Sean McSweeney back inside to his Limerick teammate Dara Tracy. Tracy dummies the hand pass and plays it across to Brendan McCarthy. McCarthy is Noel Callan out on that far side. It's Callan. He's been a very impressive and willing runner in the second half. Leaves the ball low. And St. Kieran's easing into possession. That's Liam Kennedy over that far side now. And Liam Kennedy on the run. He's got options inside. It's Callan that's running. It's clear. Great run from Kennedy. Great save from Tommy Collins. Excellently blocked initially. And he does well, brilliantly in fact, to hold on to the ball and deny St. Kieran's a third goal.
Yeah, he actually smothered the ball, which was a difficult thing to do with what is a very, very greasy ball. But an excellent save, but an excellent move again, and it was the type of response, although it didn't yield the score that we have seen any time they have conceded here at this end. Free
for Napierchik now, just outside or just around the 45 metre mark, 30 or so metres from goal, 35 maybe. Napierchik now bringing on another substitution. We'll confirm that in a moment, but it's Brian Shannon gone off on that Napierchik side. That's the Napierchik number 26, who's Alan Finnegan, who's entered the fray for Napierchik as Kieran Daly lines this fray up. Very impressive performance from Kieran Daly. He's 8 points so far in this game as Daly's looking for his 9th. Maybe may have to drop this in and around the square. He's gone for a shot. It's dropping into the square though, and Rob Bradley does brilliantly to come off his line and win a free. Great take. It's quickly off his line, Matt, and wins the free as a result.
Yeah, absolutely, and he called in good time, and the defenders had the confidence to let it through to him, because that type of a shot coming into a goal, it can take a deflection, it can take anything, but it was well defended by Rob Bradley. He just came out, made it his own. There was never a doubt that he was going to spill it or anything. So, and of course they won the free, and it's a line ball here to St. Kieran's.
I think he's given it to Napier, Matt, as Johnny Murphy. But just on this performance, Matt, so far, you know, we're seeing two teams. Of course, Napier struggled last year. We've mentioned that they've struggled for a couple of years. They're without some players that would make a huge difference, we know, as part of John Kiley's Limerick Senior Hurling panel, of course. But we mentioned that St. Kieran's only lost one game in their group stages last year. That was to Newcastle West. They were very impressive in the group stages last year outside of that, and it was a tight game in that defeat to Newcastle West. They've started this season's campaign in, it has to be said, fairly atrocious conditions, with a very, very fine performance.
Yeah, a very fine performance that they will be very happy with. It's the type of performance that you would look to start with. I suppose they would have treaded very cautiously here, because you know, we've seen what Napier were capable of in the past, and like they have a huge game in round 2 coming up against Newcastle West, a local derby. So like they'll go into that game now with a bit of a spring in their step. You know, if they have 2 points on the board, which it's very hard to say that they won't at this stage. Sean McSweeney is just holding the ball up there at the moment now, and like I think St. Kieran's are into the mood now that they're just playing down the clock, taking the win, and
yeah, it's a fine score there on that occasion from St. Kieran's.
It looked like Noel Callanan to me.
From what we can see, and the rain is sheeting down, so we sincere apologies if we're wrong, but it looks like Noel Callanan has put St. Kieran's into a 2-15 to 10 point lead. And Matt, we've just mentioned several St. Kieran's players have impressed, but none more so than Callanan on that left wing.
Yeah, he's had a very, very, very good second half. I thought he was a bit quiet in the first half by his standards, but he certainly has had a very, very good second half.
Napier now working this ball out of defence, trying to at least, as the rain continues to sheet down here in McNeville Park, Rathkeale. Of course, this game brought to you live and exclusively on Limerick GA TV, the Irish Wire sponsored Limerick Senior Football Championship. That high ball in from Kieran Daly, looking for Aaron Costello. He's well marshalled by Johnny McCarthy, and McCarthy, knowing every trick in the book, went down over the balls. What you're taught as a youngster in both hurling and Gaelic football: go down over that ball and wait for the contact, Matt, and once that contact comes, it's a free out every time.
Take your free in the circumstances and the situation that St. Kieran's are in. Take your time.
No rush whatsoever, as Anthony Mullins in possession here right in front of us in the commentary area, and looking at his options, Mullins, but under not much pressure, it has to be said. And it's John Hayes now plays the ball to Kevin Mead, and Mead leaves this one off to Brendan McCarthy at centre back. Good run from McCarthy, but we're just getting an idea of how wet it is here in McNeville Park, as he's unable to hold on to that one. But it's a lovely pick up there from Sean McSweeney. Dink up from chips it up into his arms and keeps possession. And as Matt O'Callaghan of the Weekly Observer Vale Star mentioned, St. Kieran's in no rush with anything they're doing right now. They're still working shooting chances, though. This one's tailed to the right and wide. There's an effort inside there from St. Kieran's number 19. That's Michael Shanahan. As we come up to nearly 28 minutes played here in this game, and it's 2-15 to 10 points in favour of St. Kieran's. A comfortable opening round victory for them here in McNeville Park, as Napier now with Will Henn in possession. It's a poor hand pass by Henn, and Dara Tracy is there to mop up with absolute ease. Plays the ball back to Diarmuid Mulcahy, and it's Tracy again. It's worked out by Brendan McCarthy. In fact, it's Dara Tracy. It was Anthony Mulno winning the ball, and it's Dara Tracy goes along with this one, looking for Seamus Mangan. It's Mangan in possession here. It's good work from Mangan, but it's a poor foul. It's a needless foul by the Napier defender, Matt, and that's more a sign of frustration than anything else from the Napier defence.
Yeah, it's frustration. Like the game has really gone from the Napier. Has been gone, I suppose, for the last 10 or 15 minutes, and it's a free. And I just trying to see what what is happening down there.
Yeah, it's going to be a free for Sean McSweeney, Matt.
It's going to be a free, and it's quite in near the goal. I actually thought it was further out that the offence took place. You're banking Sean McSweeney to put this over the bar. I think he will. It's his left foot. Like it's so near the goal. What is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a chance for Sean McSweeney to increase St. Kieran's lead to 12 points and 217 to 10 points if he puts this over. 13 points, I should say, of course, there, and that's a relatively straightforward one for McSweeney. As the wind and rain picks up again here in McNeville Park, there's not.
We would be playing an awful lot of extra time in the conditions and the way the game is one-sided.
No, there's no real need as Napier win that kick out. We're in the dying embers of this game, and it's going to be a comfortable win for St. Kieran's. 217, that's 23 points to Napier's 10. As Conor McLaughlin in possession here. He's got Will Henn in front of him. Of course, Will Henn, a star under 21 hurler with Napier. It's Kieran Daly now. Daly trying to fashion an opening. He's surrounded by 3 St. Kieran's defenders on that stage, and it comes back to Gordon Brown, and Brown plays it inside. It's Henn on the run, but he's running down the blind alley. You'd have to imagine he loses possession, and St. Kieran just booted away, and that's full time here in McNeville Park. St. Kieran's are victors in this opening round, the first round game for both them and Napier. And Matt, 217 to 10 points is the final scoreline here in McNeville Park. It's hard to argue with that scoreline.
You couldn't argue with it, and I suppose it fairly reflects the disparity that was between the team. Now, it was a gutsy performance and a spirited performance by Napier. But overall, that there's so many footballers in Napier that weren't with him tonight, and from their point of view it's disappointing, but it looks as if it's going to be possibly more of the same for both sides from last year. St. Kieran's, I was impressed by St. Kieran's tonight. Conditions were difficult. Now they have a much tougher game against Newcastle West at the weekend. And, Napier are heading into a huge game at the weekend now with Galway, because at the end of that, either Galway or Napier could be pointless, and it's going to be a very, very, very long summer. And it looks like going to be a long season for Napier from what we see, from what we've seen here this evening, unless they get some of the hurlers back on board. As I said, they were spirited, they were gutsy, but it just, as you saw there tonight, John, it wasn't enough. I think St. Kieran's will be delighted. They were worthy winners, and as I said earlier in commentary, they will move on to the weekend with a spring in their step.
Indeed they will. It's St. Kieran's out of victors here in McNeville Park. Join us again on Limerick GA TV for more live action soon. Thanks for tuning in.